All right, hi everybody. Me and Tomato are here to do the first evaluation, and we're going to explain a little bit about the temperament traits that we're looking for during our process. So first of all, our testing room is a room that the puppies have never been in before, and all the items in the pen are things that they've never seen before. They may have seen similar items, but they've never seen identical items. And puppies do not generalize, so these items are as good as new for them. And Tomato doesn't care. He's just approaching everything, which is awesome. That's what we hope to see. So during the test today, we're going to look at 13 temperament traits. And I'm going to run through the test like I normally do and describe what I'm seeing with him and what the scores would be. I'm only going to do it with him because that's a lot of talking for me to do all 9 puppies. So we'll post the link to the YouTube video, we'll post the score sheet, and we'll do that for all 9 puppies today, so that everybody can review them and let me know if you have any questions. So the first thing I do is sit in the middle of the pen and see how assertively the puppy approaches me. I think we know that most of these puppies are going to jump on me. I'm also watching their body language to see if they're fearful of anything or nervous at being in the new place. I don't know if you can hear him. He's whimpering a little bit. I don't know why he's whimpering yet. I think he's just attention seeking, but we'll see. But right now he's approaching things. He's moving around. He seems comfortable, sniffing, seeing if he can find anything familiar in here. So the first thing that we usually notice during the test is their assertiveness with people. And that just means how assertively do they approach you. If you have tiny kids, you're going to want to try to choose a puppy that's lower in their human assertiveness because it's just easier to train them not to jump on you. Like he's being very polite right now. He's a good boy, so I'm going to reward that. And he is one of the more polite puppies of the litter. Some of them are going to jump right on the face. And he doesn't usually do that. So he's, like I said, he is more polite. Definitely still a little bit assertive, but not highly. Did you need something, sir? So the other thing we're going to notice at the beginning is how they react to the fake dog. They really actually do think that's a real dog when they first approach it. So we're going to see if they cower in fear or if they approach it assertively or if they just ignore it. Some of them try to play with it and then they realize it's not a real dog once they knock it over and it doesn't play back. So kind of funny to watch. We're going to ask them to follow us around and we're going to ask them to climb over the little bridge and walk up onto the red wobble board and see how they do with those things. And then that's going to be how we score. Come here, puppy. Their motivation level. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. I think that most of these puppies are going to be highly motivated to please people because that's the nature. That's the nature of the breed. And it's one of the things that we breed for. Like, we would never breed an Australian Shepherd that didn't want to work for us. Come here, bud. Come on. Good boy. Come on. He's like, I already climbed on that. Good boy. Good job. Okay, so I would say, based on these 2 things and also just my knowledge of this puppy, that this is a motivated puppy. He wants to make us happy. When the puppy's not looking at me, I'm going to pop this popper across the floor. This is a new noise for them, and we're going to see how they react to the noise. Oh, now he's engaging with the dog. He's trying to figure out if it's real. So I'm going to throw this away, and then I'm going to pop the popper. He looked. He's definitely not scared. He's actually running to grab it and see what it is. So that's a very good boy. Most of our dogs, if you've ever been in our kennel, you know that our kennel's really loud. So most of our dogs don't have any noise sensitivities. So for our sight sensitivity test, we're going to pop the umbrella open in their faces and see what their reaction is. Some of them are going to run away from it. Some of them are going to watch it and not look afraid. Some of them are going to startle back from it for a second or 2 seconds or 3 seconds and then reapproach it. All of those answers are okay, but we need to know how they respond to new sights. especially for those of us with kids or who are planning on taking the puppy places and doing things like that with them. Okay, so he stopped and he's going right up to it now, and that was probably less than 1 second that it took him to think about it and then approach it. So that's excellent. So I would rate that as no sight sensitivity. So that's good. And that's not to say that certain things might not startle him someday, but overall, this is a very brave puppy. So, okay. What else we need to know is our puppy going to chase things like cats and small children and other things that might come into our yard? Yeah. So I've never seen this puppy chase anything except if his brothers were chasing something first and he joined in. So he's not he's playful, but he's not one to chase a ball or fetch a ball. He watches and he wonders why it's rolling around. So I love this puppy for homes with small children, homes with cats, homes with things going on where we don't want a puppy that is highly reactive to sights and movements. So we would love this puppy for any of those situations. The other thing we're trying to watch for here is the energy level of the puppies. See how this puppy is just sitting there, which is like an amazing feat for a 7-week-old Australian Shepherd puppy. They're not all going to be this calm. I think you'll see the difference. This guy's fairly low energy on the scale of Australian Shepherds, just like his mother. So not surprising, and we love it. We do a couple other tests that we cannot get on camera because it's impossible, and we'll add those to the notes section on the score sheets, like their herding drive and stuff like that. Like, we just can't tape that stuff. So, but I'll put a little explanation of it on each of the score sheets. This puppy doesn't seem to want to move stuff around. He just really wants to stay with me and do what I'm doing. So his human focus score is going to be high. Human focus is where they love their people. They want to be with their people. They listen to their people. It's just he'd rather be with me than going off on adventures. And that's pretty normal for this guy. So he's going to go check out the other puppy though. The last thing that I'm going to show on camera is their tender-hearted test. Tender-hearted puppies are ones that have feelings about our intense emotions like anxiety, fear, like big toddler emotions sometimes. So if you are looking for an emotional support dog or therapy dog, or if you have a house full of toddlers that are loud and boisterous, or if you're prone to anxiety, then you do not want a tender-hearted puppy, because they take on the responsibility for your emotions, and over time that can be very stressful for the dog. So I don't know if we're going to have a lot of tender-hearted puppies. I guess we're about to find out. But the way that we test for that is I fall on the ground and scream, and then Dawn will keep the camera on the puppy and see what the reaction is. So sometimes they'll just ignore it. Sometimes they'll jump on me and want me to get up and play. And sometimes they'll be upset about it and even fearful of my temper tantrum that I'm going to have. So I guess we'll see what happens. Ah! 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 I felt him touch my feet. Did he look worried? I didn't think so. Good boy.
He just stared at you.
He's a good boy. Yeah. A little whining. Do you have to pee? That's possible. Come here, buddy. All right. Good job, sir. Good job, sir. You did good on your evaluation.